Okay, Niitsi'powahsin. This video is going to be a continuation of my Blackfoot Winter Phrasebook project. The idea behind this is that I'm filling this phrase book full of Blackfoot language phrases, while at the same time walking through a progression of grammatical lessons from very basic grammar that I'm already familiar with to more advanced grammar that I have yet to really embody. And I believe this is going to be my 8th recording in this series. If you want to look at the other ones, you can find them on my YouTube channel under the playlist Blackfoot Language. So today I wanted to do a little bit of something different. I don't know if there's anybody really following closely these lessons as I go along, but in the event that there is or will be in the future, today I want to do a little bit of a test, right? So we've worked through one of the ways to conjugate basic intransitive Blackfoot verb stems. You know, to take something like walk and to say, I'm walking, you're gonna walk, he or she walked, they will walk, we're walking. And remember, in Blackfoot, there's an inclusive we and an exclusive we. There's a we that includes you and a we that doesn't. And then there's also a form of second person plural, like a you all, like in the southern United States, a y'all. So anyway, I thought I would take one of the verb stems from the last recording. In the last recording, I talked about frame shifting, and I gave a breakdown of how to create a basic place name based on the activity that one is undertaking at that place, which is how the language works for many of the place names, like Itohbomap, a store where we buy things, a school where we're taught. One of the place names that I covered last time was Itawahkitaup, being where we gas up, a gas station, right? And the root, the verb stem, I should say, the intransitive verb stem in there is wahkita. So I want to challenge you out there who are following along, perhaps, and see, before I just give all the answers, I want to see if you can conjugate to create some different phrases with this verb stem, wahkita. So the ones that I want you to try to come up with are, I am gassing up, like currently, I am gassing up. We, exclusive, are gassing up, meaning we, my team, but not you. We're gassing up. You, personally, will gas up. You will gas up. Y'all will gas up. Let's gas up. I think this one I might have to give you a clue on. I don't think we've covered that yet. Maybe we have. I don't think so, though. I don't think we've covered the kind of the let's form. Let's gas up. He hasn't gassed up yet. Try that one. Try they won't gas up. They're not going to gas up. Okay, so try those ones. You don't have to do the let's gas up. That one, by the way, uses the inclusive we form. When it says let's gas up, you know, obviously you're included in that, right? So the way that you form that, maybe I did do it last time. No, I don't think I did. You just do a little bit of a different prefix than the future. The future prefix is ak. Right? That's a basic future prefix in Blackfoot. Instead of ak, use ach with a little bit of ach. Ach. This means maybe, might, not necessarily a sure thing in the future, but it's another form of a future prefix. It's just not as sure that this is going to happen, right? It's not as confident a way of stating the future. Ach means it might happen. So you use that prefix, you attach it to wahkita, and then you add the inclusive we suffix op. So achkachkitaup, achkachkitaup, let's gas up. So there's one of the answers for you. But try those other 5, right? Or 6. I'm gassing up. We exclusive are gassing up. You will gas up. Y'all will gas up. He hasn't gassed up yet. They won't gas up. Pause the video. Try to formulate those. Come back, and I'll tell you what they should be conjugated as. All right, you ready? I am gassing up. Nitawahkita, nitawahkita. Or a lot of times people won't even say the ni at the beginning, they'll just use the t. When you hear it in spoken language, you might hear someone say tawahkita. But I am gassing up. Nitawahkita. And that's the first person prefix nit with the derivative aspect a, and then wahkita. Nitawahkita. We are gassing up. We exclusive. And that is the same thing, except you're going to add a first person plural suffix to the end. Binan. So it ends up being nitawahkitah binan. Nitawahkitah binan. You will gas up. Future prefix with the second person singular prefix before that. Gitawahkita. Or no, sorry, kita kahkita, kita kahkita, kita kahkita. You will gas up. Y'all will gas up. Same thing, except you use that second person plural suffix as well, that boa at the end. So you have kita kahkita boa, kita kahkita boa. He hasn't gassed up yet. Madomachkitao, madomachkitao. That uses the negative prefix mat, the prefix oma, which is yet, wachkita, the verb stem, and wa at the end. Madomachkitao. They won't gas up, or they're not going to gas up. Madakachkitaya, madakachkitaya. And this is, again, just to return to the basic lesson, that yao at the end is the long form of third person plural. You use a short form yi if you're actually going to say who they are afterward. Right? So this is the entire sentence. They're not going to gas up. Madakachkitaya. Madakachkitaya. So, let's see, new things to introduce. That prefix that I talked about for like let's gas up, where it's a future context, but not so sure, right? Let's do this, it's more of a suggestion. So, let's look at eating. Did we use eating before? The verb stem for eating, yeah, we did. We talked about a restaurant, itaoyop, where we eat. And the verb stem for eating was uyi, right? So we can use this same uyi and say, let's eat. Achsoyop, achsoyop. So that's how to make a suggestion. Okay? How about, let's say, let's teach one another. Because we had that word teach involved in the school, right? Itas xinamatstukyop, where the verb stem is xinamatstuky. You do, that is actually That's actually a transitive verb stem, but we can just take its root, instalment. And then to have it reciprocal for doing it to one another, if we're going to say let's teach one another, you need to add the suffix otsi after the verb stem, right? So ach instalment otsi op. So it would end up being ach instalment otsi op. Ach instalment otsi op. Let's teach one another. Okay. That's my 8th installment. Hope it's not too confusing. If you got questions, ask questions. If you did it right on your test, let me know, so I know I'm doing something right. And in any case, I'm going to continue on with the project because it's just something I'm doing for myself, but I figure I might as well share it as I go along for other learners. Blackfoot language is a really threatened, endangered language, and I feel like anybody who's involved in learning it and speaking it should be doing what they can to contribute to having new speakers. Again,